Hey guys, so this is going to be kind of a weird video for me because it really isn't about something in particular. It's just a random chain of thoughts that I had in my head on a particular evening where I was feeling a little off and I kind of dazed off, and I had this thought process that kind of stuck with me after that, and I kind of wanted to make it into a vlog. I have a second channel that I normally post random vlogs on, but I filmed it and then I looked at it and I thought that it was kind of too good to just throw away on a vlog channel, which, by the way, you guys should go subscribe to my vlog channel. I post like random things that I do that's fun throughout my day and blah blah blah. And sometimes I'll just hold the camera and talk about whatever happens to be on my mind, and since this recently happened to me, I just kind of word vomited into this video that I deleted because I figured, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna put it on my main channel. So I was feeling off. I dazed off for probably 5 to 10 seconds, and I had this series of thoughts so fast, but it all made sense in my own head, so I'm going to try to explain it in this video. There was a bug flying around, and it just kept flying into the light. Just no matter what it did, it just kept going into the light. You know, it'd fly and it'd hit it, and then it'd fall back down, and then it'd fly back up and hit the light. And it just kept doing this over and over and over again, and I was just staring at it. Like, dazed off, staring at this bug. I probably look like an idiot. And people were like, ew, it's a bug, kill it, get rid of it, just like, you know, somebody spray it or something. And I was like, no, 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 wait, I'll save it. And I snapped out of it and I went to go help the bug. Because that's how I am. I jumped in a cold pool the other day to save a bee that was drowning. That's just me. That's why I'm a vegetarian. Everything, you know, even though it might be a lower life form, they all want life. They all want to live. They all have that desire to be alive and here. So I don't like to take that life. If I can save it, I will. In the case of this moth, I wanted to save the damn moth, okay? People gave me shit, but whatever. I did it, mission accomplished, everyone was happy in the end. But, you know, there is the argument of it being a lower life form, which I'm obviously not going to argue against, but still, it has a desire to live. And in its mind that night, all it could think of was, I want to get into the light, I want to get into the light. And I just kind of stared at it for a while thinking, damn, like, that's all it's thinking right now. I'm so lucky. I should be happy that I'm a human being. I'm capable of emotions like love and, you know, feeling like I accomplish goals and doing things in my life that matter and being with loved ones and, you know, all of these things and being creative and having complex thought processes and stuff. Like, I appreciate that. And, you know, there are moths flying into a light repeatedly, falling over onto the ground, and that's all that they're capable of doing. So in a split second, I was like, damn, I'm so happy that I'm me, that I'm able to have these thought processes. But at the same time, I had the reverse thought process, and I was like, I'm a little jealous because, you know, it doesn't have to ever feel the bad shit. It never has to feel sorrow or depression, or it doesn't have to, you know, miss loved ones. It doesn't cry when somebody dies or whenever someone who was in your life that you loved very much isn't in the same way anymore. It doesn't have to go through that mourning process, which is something that keeps me up at night sometimes. It keeps a lot of people up at night. I mean, there's shit that goes around all over the world, which I try to make videos and stuff talking about sometimes, important issues, but there's no way I could cover everything. There's so much shit that goes on around the world all the time, and, you know, people care sometimes. Sometimes people don't give a shit at all, but sometimes people who do care, you know, you can only care to an extent. And whenever you're at night and you can't sleep and you're tossing and turning, a lot of the reason for that isn't because of your, you know, compassion for those suffering around the world. It's because you're feeling sorry for yourself. Whether it's a relationship issue or a financial issue or, you know, family issues or something like that. It's just stressing you out. And that kind of shit made me jealous of the moth because that shit stresses me out all the time. A lot lately. It's been a rough time for me, and I just was jealous a little bit of the freaking bug flying into the light. Like, well, hey, yeah, I should be happy that I'm a human and that I have the ability for greater things, but at the same time, wouldn't it be nice to not have to feel all the shit that there is to feel? So I had that whole thought process, and then beyond that I thought, again, this is all in like 5 to 10 seconds of me spacing out like an idiot. And then I thought after that, shame on me. Shame on me for even letting myself go there in my own head for a split second, because I hate that. I hate that mentality of ignorance is bliss, or, you know, being a lower life form even. Crossed my mind how nice it would be to not have to feel the human emotions that exist and contemplate the problems that we have to figure out in our life. Damn, because then that sounds kind of similar to me as religion is for some people. You dilute the facts or ignore the facts completely so that you can preserve a belief that's just total bullshit. And in the back of your mind, you probably know it's total bullshit, but you're lying to yourself. You're trying to convince yourself that it's real, because if it were real, then it makes things a little bit easier, and you're living in this state of ignorance that just allows you to get rid of some of the problems that you were worried about. You know, hey, I might be miserable now, but if I just do what God wants me to, I'll end up in heaven, and then I'll be happy, and I'll see all these loved ones again, and I won't have to feel bad for not spending time with the people that I care about during my life, because hey, I'll just see them up there. Ignorance is not bliss. It's not bliss whether you're considering being a lower life form. It's not bliss if you consider being a human being with stupid beliefs that make you think that things are real that clearly aren't, just because you want to feel better about yourself in the situation that you're in. I'm a realist, and maybe that's not the best situation for a lot of people, but for me, like, I want the truth. If I'm in a relationship with somebody and they don't like something about me, I don't even want them to sugarcoat it. Tell me what your issue is so I can fix it, or we can, you know, go our separate ways. I don't want to sit here and live in a fairy tale land thinking that it's not that big of a deal, or that it'll just work itself out, because it's not going to, unless you do something about it. So anyways, I'm done with this rant. I just wanted to make a video because I thought it was kind of interesting that I had all this randomness happen to me in my own head in about 10 seconds, staring at a bug flying into a light. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All my social media links are in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!